your power goes out, remember just how inconvenient your life can be. No lights, no refrigeration, no heating or cooling, no electronics. But with a Generac home standby generator, you'll have power when you need it. Our Generac generators automatically provide backup power after sensing a power outage, so your life goes on uninterrupted. Get a free 10-year warranty with the purchase of any air-cooled generator. Call Generac Generators today. Generac Generators. Life is primitive without power.
To the next little piece, and then we'll go double box with me. So the next ad is rolling. Hello, Christian Etheridge. Hope you're doing well. Hello, everyone who's joined me here for Denis Phillips Live. Of course, except though it's Allie Blake Live for tonight at least. We'll get rolling in just a second. And you guys have any questions about hurricane season, we'll come on and go right here. All right, let's double box with me. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Denis Phillips Live. Meteorologist Allie Blake here. We are on Facebook. We're on air. We're on TikTok. We're on the spot. You name it. We're right here answering all your questions. It is the start of hurricane season. Denis is not here this evening, but he will be here later at 11 o'clock. So if you want to watch Denis on Tampa Bay 28, he is throwing out the first pitch, or already did, for the Rays game. And his daughter sang the National Anthem. You could see some of those videos on social media, especially on his pages. Of course, we always go with questions of the day. So but first, I'm going to move on social media, pull up the live, because I can't always see the questions and the reactions right away. So hello, Eric. Hello, Marion Lealman waving. Hi. Hi, Dominique from Newport Richie. Hello, Leisha. Hello, chicken nuggets. That's what people are talking about on TikTok. I love it. Someone said they lost a bet enough to dress up like a girl. That's a little crazy. I will say that we are going to start first with question of the day. I'm excited to have you guys here. It is the first day of hurricane season. It is officially June 1st. And I want to know, what is one item that is essential to you in your hurricane kit? Especially the unhinged items. Like, I want to hear, like, you keep, I've heard a lot of people told me on social media, they keep a bottle of wine and chocolates, you know. Whatever you need to do, I would probably break into those a little bit early out there. Coke Zero, I love a Coke Zero. I will say I'm more of a Diet Coke, Diet Dr. Pepper fan. That's why Denis and I get along so well, because we kind of like the same kind of drinks. Let's see what we got in here. Hello, Anna Maria from Largo. Good to see you. Good evening, Julie. Must have rule number 7, beer in the hurricane kit. Hey, you know, do whatever you need to do to put in your hurricane kit. Hello, friends from Tampa. Howdy. Hello. Hi from Hudson. Where else are you guys? Oh my gosh, it's my favorite. Is it Dakota? Is it Dakota in the morning who's joining us? Someone said Whataburger too. We have all kinds of crazy stuff in here. Hello, hello. It's so good to hear and see everybody. Again, meteorologist Allie Blake in for Denis on Denis Phillips Live. I'm so happy you guys could all join me. Now let's see some of our questions. Let's see if we can get those answered in here. Some people said school cafeteria food. I don't know if that's necessarily what you want in your hurricane kit. That might go bad. Hello, Sarasota. Hello from Brooksville. Hello, Homosassa. Good to hear from all of you guys. And I want to show you something that I have on tonight. So I got these hurricane earrings. Oh, let me not pull them out of my ear and hurt myself. But they are in the shape of little hurricanes. Look at that right there if you can. That actually might be terrible. Hold on. Let me unplug this and show you guys. So you guys can still hear me. But look. I got these little hurricane earrings for hurricane season. I think you can kind of see them. Yes, no, maybe. Oop, let's see if we get good lighting. Kind of right here. Look, See, they're little hurricanes. Aren't they cute? I think they are. But, you know, it's something that I thought was cool for hurricane season, and I told myself I'd wear them on the first day, and I'd wear them if we have a storm and we're in the cone. And hopefully I never have to wear them because, you know, that's just some of the crazy stuff that we see here in Florida. Got to plug my ear back in so I can hear myself. You know, that happens every once in a while, but it's good to hear from you guys and see from you guys too. Hello. Let's see what else we got here in the chat. We'll say hello to some people. We need to get back to late day thunderstorms. I know, Ryan, I love a good afternoon thunderstorm. What do you guys think out on TikTok? Good evening, Patricia. Good evening, Dominique. And Daniel said, Myles Garrett to the Rams for Jarrett Verse. Just a heads up, the Rams will be in the Super Bowl next year. Well, I think it should be the Bucks or my Baltimore Ravens. That's what I think, but we'll see what happens. Ryan said water. Water is the best thing to put in your hurricane kit because that's something you will always need. And Maria said probably sneaker shuffle. Interesting. Hello from Clearwater. Thank you for like my Canes earrings. No storms. Hopefully we see no storms. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed on all platforms. And first, we are going to go ahead and go to our first break of the evening. Give myself a little break here. We're going to drink some water, hang out, and then we'll go straight to the weather. Hi, social media friends. How are we doing so far? Oh, every once in a while, you just need a good water. We are currently about a minute into the break. Hopefully we get no storms, and that will be really good out there. We are continuing to stay pretty quiet, and you know, we're just about to get into hurricane season, which will be crazy once we get back in there. I mean, the full swing of things. I mean, you know how it is. I'm gonna make sure first though, we start off. I forgot to shoot this in my first little bit. So first, I'm gonna give a little shout out, then we'll go on in. Hi, Kathy. Hello, Linda from Newport Richie. Hello, Maureen from Holiday. Hello, hello. Anyone have any hurricane questions here? Feel free to let me know. We're about 30 seconds away from being back on air. And that's when we will kind of continue to move on through. You guys like my lightning jacket I have? Oh, Ryan said Reese's belong in the kit. Yes, I co-sign that. I love me some good candy, especially this time. Hey, Chris, I hope you're enjoying Corpus Christi. I had a little brain fart there. We are about to go back from break. We got about 10 seconds left before we will go back into DPL. Let's see where we got here. Anyone have their hurricane questions? Answer them. Ask them in the chat. I'd love to answer. Someone said the video is a bit blurry. Does it look a little bit blurry right here? It shouldn't be. Denis says sock shuffle when he leaves the chair, but I'm guessing you're wearing sneakers. I am wearing sneakers. They are up here. All right, we are back from break. Hello, everybody. Meteorologist Allie Blake back in for Denis Phillips Live. We're having a whole lot of fun. Denis is at the Rays game. He'll be back, though, for the 11 because, you know, hurricane season, it's the first day, but he threw out the first pitch. Hopefully his arm is okay later. Someone said, do you think we're going to have more hurricanes this year than last year? And you know, everything is trending well below. We're in an El Nino year. I'll get to that more in just a moment, but we're gonna go ahead and I wanna give a little shout out here. So this weekend, I was at the Tampa Fire Rescue Hurricane Expo, which was a whole lot of fun. By the way, I was not sure when I got there how many people there would be, and I took 100 little swag things from Tampa Bay 28 to give out to people. I brought Frisbees, fanny packs, pens, all sorts of stuff. It was gone in an hour, the first hour. There were so many people there. The people told me that there was 400 people that came. They had sandbags they were giving away. It just made me happy to see our community all come together and care so much about hurricane season, because that's just so important. You know, whether we have a quiet season or not, we want to make sure everyone is prepared. And I didn't get to mention, this is my little buddy here. He was a member of the Junior Fire Rescue, or at least their program through the Tampa Fire Rescue. He's a student, an upcoming senior in Plant City. And I told him he was my bodyguard because he was just kind of sitting like this, observing next to me. And we had a whole lot of fun. It was fun to see all the stuff going on at the event. And I'm so excited, you know, that we just had so many people there. And I'll probably be there next year if they invite me. At least I hope so. I think I did a good job, fingers crossed. They also gave out generators, which next year I think they'll do as well. But we're gonna go to full screen right now, and we're gonna talk a little bit about the weather that we're seeing here in Tampa Bay. So we're gonna pull over into that right now. Here we go. We're right now looking at the Marine Science Center. Hello, Monica. Good to see you. Is this my Monica friend from college? Right now, though, we're looking at the weather, and you can see across the big screen, we have the sun starting to come out in Citrus County. If I could speak, I'm a little tongue-tied today. Just a whole lot going on. It's 84 degrees. The heat index is keeping us at about 93, so it is feeling still a little sticky and steamy. People are wondering how we're doing, and I'm doing pretty well. We're doing well too. But we are going to continue to see more of that sun start to set. You can see as we look out at the mainsail, look at that sunset out there. It is just gorgeous out at Anna Maria. So many people getting ready to take pictures. You know, we finally have gotten some breaks, which is always good. I'm gonna, of course, continue to push on through. But we do have some showers and storms. And look at that moving across Polk County. And I mean, it is just really causing a light show, but it's losing a lot of steam. I'm gonna put right now me with the box so you guys can see the storms that are pushing through. And look, like I said, Citrus and Polk County, we even can zoom in and see some of the activity. Citrus earlier had a lot of rain. It had a rainbow too. Now it's gone. We're looking right now out at live radar, which you can see showers and storms over Lake Wales, also Winter Haven getting some heavy downpours just to the north of I-4 of Lakeland. We're getting some heavy rain, even some frequent lightning far away from the storm. I want you to look just to the north of Lake Wales. That's where we do have some lightning strikes far away from the thunderstorm, which is a friendly reminder that just because you are not close to the storm does not mean that we will also see, you know, a little bit of lightning strikes. So that's something we're watching for. Hello, some of our friends out in Leelman. We also have some friends here in Tampa coming to join us. Hello, hello. Someone from Baltimore just popped in. Hello. We are taking it statewide. Again, most of these showers should start to dissipate. Temperatures across the board, well, so in the 80s, low 80s from Crystal River. We're at 87 in Bradenton, 84 in Tampa, 84 St. Pete, 87 still in Sebring. So we are feeling still some of that warmer weather. We got some people joining us from Missouri, even from Richmond, Virginia. We're kind of moving all across the country. DPL, you know, last time we almost made it national or an international, and my friend joined us from Spain. But you can see the feels like temperatures across the board. A lot of us are feeling still well into the 90s. It is Florida. It is hot. It is humid. No matter what the temperatures are, it is sticky out there. Let's see what else we got in here. Hello, Mike. Hello. No drone out there in Anna Maria. I wish that we could see even some of the stuff out there. Hello from Manatee, Tulsa, Oklahoma now. We are in Tampa, Florida here that you guys can join us. And of course, we're going to take a look at the hour-by-hour forecast because I know that's what some of our Floridians want to see. Well, we'll see temperatures into the low 80s tonight, most of the rain along the East Coast, but then we start to see a little bit of some mugginess. Tomorrow, waking up in the mid-70s, then we'll start to see 80 degrees right along Tampa and the beaches. So if you're getting an iced coffee tomorrow, that's what I recommend. That's what I'm going to get because it just gets, it makes it feel a little bit better out there. Someone said, hello from Tampa. Hello, Samuel. Good to see you. Mike Bright said, Carolina Hurricanes for NC Cruz, Mike. I mean, Mike, I'm just letting you know, I am also Allie from North Carolina. So there might be a second supplemental reason for the hurricane earrings, just saying. I hope that we win. But if not, I will cheer for the Lightning. Hello for Plant City. Well, basically, as we get into Tuesday, by about 2 o'clock, showers will start to pop in from the interior. Most of us will get in the low 90s, maybe a little warmer if you don't see any rain. And then we clear up by 6 o'clock. But we're going to have a front drop in from the north, and that front is going to give us the potential to see some showers, even some storms, which could at times be pretty wet and even bring some rumbles of thunder with it. So that's something we'll watch for. There is a low-level severe threat, though, for the east coast of Florida, the Panhandle, and the fringe of Polk and Highlands County. Main threat with this is damaging winds, heavy rain, isolated spin-up. It's waterspout season, so we always have to just pay attention to that just in case. But it's mainly on the East Coast. I do think we could see an isolated shower, maybe a rumble of thunder, but nothing too crazy out there. And we will see temperatures fall. If you want a cold front to give you your temperatures that'll drop a little bit, put a heart or put a thumbs up in the comments here. I want to know, are you guys wanting to see some milder weather? Because we will get some in a little bit. We will see temperatures, highs in the day, maybe some low to mid 80s, at least for Wednesday and Thursday. Lows, maybe it's 70, maybe an upper 60 tries to sneak in there. I'm going to do my best to try to sneak in there too. Again, Phyllis said she needs to clean out the freezer in the garage. Will Thursday be the coolest morning? Yes. That definitely would be better. Ryan says, my mom's a Golden Knights fan. She lives in Nevada. You're cheering for the Knights. It's okay, Ryan. I will still forgive you. And if any of you guys are cheering for the Knights, I'll forgive you. But I'm sorry, the Hurricanes are probably going to win. That's my pick, at least. Anna Maria gives us the heart. Hello, Cruise Mike. Hello, hello, hello. All right, we're going to continue to move well along. And, of course, we're looking at the 7-day, which I think is going to pop up next. Here we go. Here's that full 7-day forecast. We got more hearts of people ready for the milder air. Share those hearts with me here. Here's a look at that full 7-day forecast. Temperatures right about 90. I'm going to actually make this full because I think the full 7-day forecast deserves to show the entire screen. And we'll see temperatures about 90 for Tuesday, 85 for the high Wednesday, 86 for Thursday, but we can stay pretty dry after that. I mean, I'm talking about almost 10 to 20% chances of rain, which isn't a lot of coverage. It's going to be a great weekend if you're trying to go to the beach, the pool, you name it. I know that this weekend I'm excited. I am planning to get a massage. It's been a while since I've done some self-care, so I'm going to do some self-care here in the Tampa Bay. David said, buy hurricane supplies now. Hey, yes, you can always return if you don't use it, but if you get food items, then yes. Exactly. Hi, Kathy. Hello. Hello, TikTok. I see we got a dot on there. We got a whole bunch of people joining us on both platforms. So we are going to put me back in here. Now that we got a full look at the 7-day, we are going to go to our next break. And then we're going to do a tropical breakdown, which I know you guys are all excited for. Stay right with me. Alrighty. Hello, TikTok people. Hello, Facebook people. I'm going to take a sip of water as we are chilling in the second break of the night. I'll be here tonight, and also I'll be back the next 2 nights. And I got some fun stuff planned for you guys. We've got some cooler videos. Hello, Donald. Hello, Samuel. Hello, Lexi's mom. I have a Lexi. I'm also Lexi's mom. We got Philly Flash. Whenever people join in, hello, Linda. Hello, Carol. Hello, Miss Rita. We are continuing to move on through. Hello, Rick. We got about 50 seconds left in the break. Then we're going to go to our tropical breakdown, which isn't a dance. I'm not going to actually break it down if you think that's where we're going. We're just going to talk about it. I am not a dancer. You do not want me to dance. I like to dance. I'm just not a good dancer. Ryan said, hi. Hopefully El Nino won't keep us in a west wind all summer. I know. That's the one thing is I know we're ready to see a pattern flip so we're less cloudy and gray. J-Rod said, hurricane season starts today. Yes, it does. Have a good night, Antonio. Thank you for joining us. I love when you guys pop in and out. Hello, Carol. Hello, everybody. I've been so fortunate tonight. Also, a lot of my hometown friends have popped in, and it's always great for them to say hi on here. And that makes me happy. Let's see where we got about 1 second. Oh, we are back from break. Hello, everybody. Meteorologist Allie Blake in for Dennis tonight on Dennis Phillips Live. We are just happy to be here. And, you know, we got about 10 minutes left of me yapping and you listening. And hopefully you're not changing the channel just yet because we're having fun. At least that's what I'm having fun. Let's see what else we got in here. Let's see what we say. Janet said she missed the news this morning. Facebook comments are lagging. I think they are lagging a bit for me too, potentially. I'm seeing them here though on my phone. So at least I can try to read them here. But again, we are going to talk about the tropics. So I am going to, oh my gosh. I almost just had a mini heart attack, and I hope you guys at home didn't either. But I'm going to make it now me and the tropical talk. So let's see what we got. Hi, Ryan. Used to live in Minnesota. That's cool. All right, guys. So we are going to talk about the tropics because I know that's all what you're here for. It is hurricane season. Dun, dun, dun. At least that's it whenever I say hurricane season. That's the mental thing that goes on in my head. But the good thing is we're quiet. Now the sound effect. Yay. Sometimes I feel like I need a little sound effect generator here that I could just press buttons. I feel like in my life that would just be a good thing to have. But we'll talk the tropics. So the first day of hurricane season for the Atlantic is today. And the good thing is we're quiet. I mean, you could see though, in the Gulf, we have some showers, and also in the Atlantic, we have some showers too. The good thing is that the Hurricane Center isn't expecting any development with this throughout the next 7 days, which is good. And that's exactly what we want to see. Hopefully we stay like that throughout the next little bit, even if we see some stuff roll off the coast of Africa. Someone said we get a little bit of an echo here. Echo. I don't think I hear an echo. I think I'm just loud sometimes. But everything seems okay. Someone said no ABC on DirecTV. Yes, if you have DirecTV and you are a subscriber, go give your provider a call. Tell them you want to see me again. Or you don't tell them because you don't want to see me again, and that's okay too. Hurricane season, Eric said he was always planning for Christmas decorations. Now, Eric, we're not even close to Christmas in July yet. We got to wait a little bit. If you put out those Christmas decorations, they might blow down the street. Well, we'll keep talking about the tropics. So the one thing I do want to mention is that, and I'm going to put the graphics full screen, is that we have a lot of dust from Africa. You can see rolling off the African coastline, moving into the Caribbean. We also have some in Florida, and actually it's going back even closer potentially to Europe, maybe near Spain and Portugal next week. So if any of you guys are going on a European vacation, just know that your dust is coming with you. And you can even see as we zoom in, I expect there to be Wednesday a little bit of some hazier skies here in Florida, especially the Tampa Bay area, because we have this African dust here. So I want you guys to send me some of your pictures from it. If you see a little bit of that hazy sky, you get really pretty sunsets this time of year with the dust, but at least it helps limit tropical development. And that's exactly what we're looking at and talking about. Now, here's what I want to show you. Let me see if I can go back really quickly, because we popped into July, and there's no reason for us to be in July. So let me get back there real quick. Okay, so hurricane tropical frequency. So one thing is usually about June is if we do ever see any tropical activity, it's really along the East Coast and the Gulf Coast. And why is that exactly? Because this time of year, I'm going to show me and the graphics, if I can get that. Oh, that's just me. Now me and the graphics. Here we go. So it's because we get cold fronts this time of year that it'll try to dip south. If they dip more south enough, sometimes you get little tropical lows that will spin off of it. That's something I learned at my internship way back when. And we didn't see anything last year, but it's something to watch for just in case, even as we get into July. But then as we move through the season, that's when we start to see a little bit of action start to move in other spots. So again, we are looking at some of the storm names for this season from NOAA. Their update kind of predicted a less than average season, about 8 to 14 named storms, 3 to 6 hurricanes, and 1 to 3 major hurricanes. Again, we're just predicting a very strong El Nino, which means that a lot of that development isn't as good. Let's see what we got in here. Anna Maria said, yes, it's our annual Saharan dust visit. Yes, we got the dust. J-Rod wanted to know, is it nice this weekend? Yes, it will be. Or use it later. Non-perishable stuff doesn't care what you use it. All the batteries for hurricanes. Yes, you want to make sure you have all your batteries, all your stuff getting ready to charge just in case we need it, especially this time of year. But we're still trending low. One thing I do want to show you guys, I'm sure you're wanting to know and excited about is, you know, are we looking at anything in the near future, Allie? So I put on my cap, my fortune-telling cap, and I get out my crystal ball and I just go, okay, let me see what I can see through my crystal ball. And my crystal ball says, well, a whole lot of nothing, but the Climate Prediction Center says, look in here, any chance of tropical development in the next 2 weeks? And they're saying, no, not even a 20% or 40%. Things are looking a little quieter. And then you zoom back out even to the next little bit. What are they looking like in the couple weeks after? And still, we're not looking at great chances for development whatsoever, folks, which is good. We wanted to stay quiet. We would like to walk into hurricane season, not run. I am not a runner by all means. I have done some 5Ks, but I'm not looking to sprint into. Someone said I'm a joy to listen to. I hope my voice doesn't sound like nails on the chalkboard. That's the greatest compliment I can have. All right, let's see what else we got, unless this might be my last graphic, and I think it actually is. So we're gonna pop into our last little break, and then we will keep on going, answering some questions here. We are in break. All right, TikTok, what do we got here? How are we doing? How are we doing on Facebook too? I'm gonna drink some water. We got about 5 minutes left until we are done for tonight. Someone wants to know favorite Sunday dinner. Do you mean my favorite Sunday dinner? We kind of all do all sorts of kind of stuff. So that's what I would say. Maybe pasta, sometimes burgers. I'm gonna say Nickelodeon versus Cartoon Network. Let's see what else we got. Charlotte says, curious if you've done much theater or acting training as part of your job experience. I actually have not, Charlotte. I will say that I did a little bit of theater when I was a kid, but that was really it. Someone said, let's go Hurricanes. I know, go Canes. I know I'm wearing the lightning stuff, but I gotta be honest, guys, my roots, I'm a Caniac, I'm a Carolina girl. And if the lightning isn't in it, I'm going for my next best thing. Hello, Stephen from Parkton, Maryland. Hi, Ryan. The Dust of Africa. Sounds like a Weird Al parody of Toto. Bless the rains down in Africa. That's about as much singing as you get because I'll get a copyright infringement and we're not doing that. Someone said, is there any hurricanes forming? Not right now. Maybe later, but we are back now again, back on TV. Hello guys, meteorologist Allie Blake in for Dennis Phillips. On Dennis Phillips Live, maybe we could call it ABL Live, sometimes part-time. But of course we are looking into hurricane season. It is the first day and we got about 3 minutes left in the show. So feel free to ask your hurricane questions here. I love to answer them. And also any other questions. I can always tell random stories too. But social media is saying, is there any hurricanes forming? And like I mentioned, no. I mean, we are very quiet. We like the quiet because we know there's always the calm before the storm. So we're predicting a less than normal time of year. Michael said, we're doing great. Seems like you're more relaxed. I've been doing it so much now that I do feel relaxed. If there's mistakes that happen or if the system, sometimes our system can be wonky, I just am rolling with it now. I'm not as nervous and that's okay. Toto, sing it, this is not DPL karaoke. I told Dennis we should do DPL karaoke one time. And he said, unfortunately, because we get copyright things on Facebook, so we can't do that. But maybe one day. I love karaoke. I love to sing. My go-to karaoke song is Raining Men by the Weather Girls. Shocker, I know. Also anything Taylor Swift. I like Total Eclipse of the Heart. That one's kind of hard though. So it really just depends how brave I am feeling that day. Let's see what we got. Any other hurricane questions? What do you got in your kits, guys? I want to know. Yes, I'm getting in on the inside jokes sometimes. Sometimes I feel like they just whoosh, over my head, but I try to get them to the best that I can. Let's see what we got. Questions, answers, Daily Double on Jeopardy. But hopefully we see a quieter hurricane season. That's all one can hope for. Because we gotta do what we can here. We do need some rain, but the good thing is at least we've been seeing some rain here in Florida, and that's what we want. Let's see what we got. Anyone else have any other questions? Let's see what we got here. Questions, answers. We got some people joining us every once in a while. We're about to get into the home stretch because we're less than a minute away from the end, which is good to hear. So tomorrow I'm going to give you a little preview of what we're looking at TPL tomorrow. I am going to have Lexi's pick of the Stanley Cup playoffs and also of the NBA Finals. If you need a pick or a team, Lexi will be doing your picks. Also, just getting into the weather, we'll do a little bit of some other forecasts. We'll talk about some other things. And yeah, we got a lot of fun going on here. Starlet says she got to keep some gluten-free snacks before the storms come. Yes, they become hard to find. So thank you guys for joining us for Dennis Phillips Live. Allie Blake here, hacking and taking over. We'll be back again tomorrow. Thank you guys and have a great night.